5 p.m.
When you need a new water heater, you need it right now.
Yep, can't wait on that.
When you need a new furnace or a new air conditioner come the summertime, you need it right now. So Superior Water and Air has a wonderful program where they can help you with financing. If you need it, get it today and pay it off when you get your tax refund or just over time.
And that's one of the great things is they have multiple financing options. It's not just one, okay, you've got to do it this way. It's, you can wait till just after your tax refund. Well, what if you need no payments until later in the year?
Yeah.
They can work with you like that because, look, they want to help you get you back on your feet with the thing that doesn't work that you got to use.
Yeah.
And they'll just work with your situation. What a great way to do it.
I loved introducing you to my friends at Superior because they're just great people. And when you invite somebody into your home, you want to feel good about them.
Yeah, and they're so customer-centric. That was what really impressed me was they wanted to work with me and my family, whatever needs we might have.
Right. They want your home to be safe and clean. Superior Water and Air. Here's the number, 801-872-8483, or go to superiorwaterandair.com.
Emergency traffic brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
We have a crash on Highway 189 in Wasatch County by Deer Creek Reservoir. It is causing delays both directions. All lanes blocked in both directions. What traffic is allowed to get by is doing so on the shoulder. If you can avoid traveling between Heber and Provo Canyon, you want to consider doing that. We also have a crash being cleared, but it has caused delays. It's in Murray, northbound I-15, 4500 south at the off-ramp. It's been blocking a right lane and backing traffic through 5300 south. Traffic's rough, but your parking lot doesn't have to be. Keep it smoother than your summer playlist with GoPave Utah. GoPaveUtah.com. That's GoPaveUtah.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Tomorrow it's going to be a little cooler with a high of 67 and a chance of thunderstorms. The rest of the week it's going to warm up through the 70s and 80s until it hits a high of 87 on Monday. Right now, though, it's 68 degrees and partly cloudy downtown. I'm Cameron Elliott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSLNewsRadio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Is this what they mean by getting the band back together again?
And Alex Keary.
Yeah, except this one is a reunion tour nobody asked for.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Keary, and you did it. We're here. Everyone calm down. We started the show. And Alex, as per the per KSL format, this being a news station.
Yes.
I think we start with the three things.
We do. Full disclosure, though, these three things are never usually as...
I think the three things we have today are super interesting.
No, I think they're interesting, but I'm just saying, like...
Are they breaking news? No.
I don't want people to tune in and go, those were your three top local stories. How dare you?
That's the best you can do.
No, it's just these are just things that caught our attention. So
that's correct.
Do not marry our three things that we have on KSL Brightside to the three things that the newsroom are typically working on. Sometimes they cross paths, but you're right, Ethan. Let's jump in. It is the three things. Let's get right to it.
Your top trending stories happening right now. KSL Brightside's The Three Things.
All right, first up, this is good news for the summer. Utah Department of Natural Resources leaders have announced that 23 state parks now feature life jacket loaner stations. This is a place where you can go if you are boating or swimming and for whatever reason you don't have enough life jackets. They can loan one out to you. They have all sizes for all ages. And they just want to make sure that you are out on the water, that you have with you a life preserver.
I think
which is really smart.
Have you seen these stations before? They're usually just hanging right there, and they're they're pretty. It's pretty cool. I think we've done it. We've at least seen them. I don't know if we've used them. I mean, most of the time, if we go out and we're with friends who are boating, they usually have stuff for all the. The thing is, it's about the kids.
Yeah.
I'm not saying adults shouldn't wear it. What I'm saying is that you got to make sure that there's not a soul on that boat that didn't have that that life jacket on, that life preserver, kid. Come on.
Kim Boylan Ray is a volunteer with Paddle with Care Utah, which started. They got their inspiration from young people who were killed, some young people who drowned in a Utah reservoir.
By the way, you're wearing the Michael J. Fox life preserver.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember
someone
that
could
thing.
walk in here and say, "Did you jump
kid,
ship?
What's with the life preserver?" You're wearing it very appropriately because KSL Brightside will also provide you with a life preserver if you come to the studio and you didn't bring your own.
Kim Boylan Ray told KSL, when I go to check, because she's a part of a volunteer group that checks the stations, make sure they're stocked and organized. She says this: when I go to check on these stations, they're hung up all over the place. That makes me happy because that makes me know that people are using the life jackets.
She's like, it's great. They're just thrown all over the ground whenever I get these places. That means people are using them. Please put them back.
She said there are still people pulling up to the lake with no life jackets, and those life jackets are there, and they are saving lives every day.
You really hope so.
I think she's obviously right because people drown every year. Every year.
How many stories have we watched where they're like, hey, they're still looking for this guy who went out fishing. He thought he was on the paddleboard or whatever, and then they go out there, they don't have their life jacket on. I think you can get. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure. I follow a guy on YouTube who he goes around and it's like, I don't know why I got down this rabbit hole, but at some point I started watching like these like Department of Wildlife people in another state, and they go around and basically it's cops on the lake basically, and they're pulling people over for DUIs on the lakes. Right. They're pulling people over for not having, and that's a big one. They'll pull up next to people and they'll pull them straight over, and they're like, "Where's your life preserver?" Immediately, right? Yeah. And so, if that's the case, I don't know if you can get in trouble if you're on a vessel and you don't have your life jacket on at that point, or if there's a certain age here in the state of Utah. I'm not sure.
Someone texted in at 57500. Is that like crosswalk flags? Will they be stolen quickly? And from what
crosswalk flags stolen?
Oh yeah,
are they really?
I don't know if they get stolen that much anymore. When they first came out, they got stolen all the time.
It's like, Mom, we got this unlimited supply of orange flags we could use.
Because the crosswalk, I think it was more of a teen thing. You know?
Oh yeah.
Because when they came out, it was. They've been out for almost 30 years.
Yeah,
Rocky Anderson was mayor.
Boy. Rocky Anderson.
I bet they've been out for 20, 25 years.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't.
The orange flags.
I actually don't. Now that I think about it, I don't remember the last time I saw one. To be quite honest.
Oh, they have them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I've seen them. I've seen people.
They had them in my neighborhood in Salt Lake, and then I just don't remember that they have them.
There's one in my neighborhood, and at a crosswalk, and I pulled up, and there was a mom and a little girl. And the little girl grabbed the flag and just did this insane march across just like she was leading the parade.
Got to be seen, dude.
It was fun. It made me chuckle. But I hope people aren't stealing these life jackets, because that would really be just a terrible.
My assumption is that they're not the nicest ones. Maybe they're just those orange guys. You know what I mean? Like they'll make you look like it's like when I was in junior high. If you came to school and you were wearing an inappropriate T-shirt, they always made you wear like the gym issue shirt. And so like maybe that's the case. You just get the one that it'll do in a pinch to save your life, but it's not gonna win any fashion contests, as my dad used to say.
Second thing, it's happening.
What?
West Jordan is getting a Trader Joe's. Now, they've been looking forward to this for a long, long time. The city says the project has drawn, quote, substantial community interest.
Yeah,
I'll bet.
Yeah, I would assume.
And West Jordan Mayor Dirk Burton said for years.
Dirk Burton, fake name. Gotta be.
That's a great name.
That is awesome.
For years, our community has asked for this business, and we're thrilled to finally share that it's
Can you
happening.
just ask? Can you just ask? Can you just say, hey, Trader Joe's, we'd love to have you. We'd love to. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt.
If I were a mayor of a town that didn't have Trader Joe's, I would ask for one.
Joe@traderjoes.com. Who are you emailing, or who are you asking? Are you just putting it out there into the ether? You go on your Facebook page and you go, hey, we'd love to have you here.
I think you just go to contact us at traderjoes.com.
Let me ask you this, and this is not me being, maybe it is me being cynical.
Okay.
Have we overdone it? Because I think that In-N-Out is fine. It works great. But the appeal is less interesting now that we have a million of them here.
Yeah, when you first get one, it's
Trader
nice and
Joe's
shiny.
is a little bit like that too.
But I still go to Trader Joe's a few times a month at least.
Yeah, because you guys are rich. I just wanted to know.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was a defining characteristic.
There's a class thing for sure. Are you kidding? The people who shop at Trader Joe's and the Sprouts people, you guys all hang out together.
You guys all hang out together?
The Whole Foods. Am I wrong? I'm not trying to be judgy.
Well, I'm learning something about West Jordan. I didn't know West Jordan was, such a hoity-toity place.
No, I did. Okay, but here's the thing. By the way, when people start asking, when people act like, I want to know what the best thing at Trader Joe's is that people like, because
I know.
what is it?
It's the gummy candies.
The gummy candies from Trader Joe's are the best? Corey says no.
At the holiday, it's the jingle jangle. I want to read this quote, though, from a statement from the city. It says, the arrival of Trader Joe's is expected to bring a range of economic and community benefits.
For sure.
Including new job opportunities and increased convenience for families.
Yeah, you're going to put on some weight, too, by the way. Don't act like Trader Joe's is healthy.
It's not health food.
No.
The development also contributes to the city's strategic efforts to attract high-quality businesses that enhance the quality of life while expanding West Jordan's long-term economic base. I think it's great.
This is just to cater to all the Californians who moved in, Ethan, which I know you love hearing more about. This is what happens. All these Californians come here and then go, we have Trader Joe's where I'm from. And then you go, well, we want to feel like you. That's the thing is we get so insecure as Utahns. We do this whole bring it here. We want to feel like the rest of you guys. And then we get too many Trader Joe's. I don't know. Is there such thing as too many Trader Joe's?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm not there yet.
I don't know where the closest one is to me up north. I think
I'm
there
lucky.
might be one in Ogden or
I have
something
one
like
that's relatively convenient.
Yeah.
The one at Fort Union is relatively convenient.
Is that the one where the old Cottonwood Mall was?
No.
There's one over there now.
There's one over there now.
Yeah.
No, this is Fort Union.
Oh yeah.
Down in
No,
Midvale,
I know where it is.
in
Yeah.
Midvale.
Mm-hmm. Over by Post Malone's Canes. Yeah.
Yeah, very close to the Raising Cane's featuring Post Malone.
Yeah, the Post Malone Canes. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Final. This is the final third thing.
Last one here. Mm-hmm.
We're running out of time here. This is out of Provo. The Osmond family's announced that they are going to create a new music venue just up into Provo Canyon. If you're heading up into Provo Canyon, you notice on the south side, there's that old gravel pit area. They're taking that over. They're going to turn it into a big, spectacular amphitheater. And they say they're also going to, around that area, they're going to use what they need for the amphitheater and everything. Yeah. And then they're also going to rehabilitate the rest of the area, put in trails, all kinds of things. And this sounds like a really awesome thing. It's if you want to know where it is, it's immediately across from the Mount Timpanogos Park.
So
the Mount Timpanogos State Park. It's immediately across there, and it looks really, really awesome. They also say that they are going to adhere to dark sky protocol, which is cool. You know who will love hearing that is Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick Wiggins for sure.
He'll love that. But yeah, this sounds amazing.
Okay, it does, and I'll tell you too. Here are the two concerns that I have. Let me throw a little bit of
great. We've switched sides.
We're all
now.
trying to have fun. I know.
We've switched sides
I'm
now.
buying it. I'm
Usually
buying into your
it's me
stuff.
that's just dumping cold water on everything.
No,
now
I'm,
it's you.
I'm not actually going to dump cold water on it, but I did have the same questions you did because we both looked at the rendering and they're like, look at this amphitheater because I don't know how many seats it looked like it was
really
massive.
Big. And the parking lot was tiny.
Like 17 people could park. And and you and I both looked at it and went, I wonder if there's going to be maybe there's more parking here that's not seen in the picture. But also then there's just the idea of more traffic up that canyon.
Yes,
that's a hard thing to think of because that is already a massive pinch point right there for traffic. It's kind of a hard thing to get up and down. And you know us in canyons, like we go, oh, it's perfect. We'll just no, you get up the canyon, it's gonna be great. It's so limited. You can't keep just building as wide as you want through a bunch of canyons. Ask Big and Little Cottonwood Canyons how that goes because those places are almost impossible to travel now during the highest points of the season. Now, that's the only thing. That's the only diss that I'm gonna throw on this. Let me just say, Colorado, Denver, Red Rocks. You know our relationship with Denver.
Yeah, it's terrible.
We don't like them.
But that's a cool venue.
But it is. And so if we can have something that competes with that, something that's our own, because the acoustics would be phenomenal.
This reminded
me of the gorge
me
up in Washington is like this. Red Rocks in Colorado is like this. You were talking about the Hollywood Bowl because that's what actually it looks like in the rendering. It looks a little bit more like that. And just get ready to pay your $300 a ticket for whatever musical number you want to go see. Do the Osmonds, as a part of this development, do they get one concert a month? Is that what they're going to do? Like,
I wouldn't ask for any less.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's increase it even more.
You know what I would do if I were them? Every concert begins with a brief session by the Osmonds.
just a little sit down, a little devotional led by
not
by
devotional,
the Osmonds.
Small little concert.
No, I'm into
just
it.
A little concert.
Here's the other thing. You do this, and you have this concert venues going on here, and then Taylor Swift comes to town. Suddenly, Caitlin. Thinking about you. Our producer Caitlin, who might be the biggest Swiftie, not even a closet Swiftie. She's ready to preach the Swiftie gospel over here, and I'm over here saying we could be one step closer to bringing T Swift into town.
I'm all about Taylor Swift, but this is a 20,000 seat
yes.
venue. I don't think that's enough for her.
Well, but like the arena over here, she's an arena performer, and the arenas and the stadiums and arenas are stadium's the next version of that. But arena tours are also pretty darn popular, and 20,000 seats is going to be bigger than any other concert venue, and the outdoor side of it could be really, really cool. So I'm all for it.
All right. Let's do this. So let's go to break. And when we're in the break, I'm going to look and see what the seating requirements are for Taylor Swift, and then we'll bring you that breaking news when we come back.
All right, we'll go. More to go right around the corner. So stay right here with us. It is KSL Brightside.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you can make a difference today by supporting Huntsman Mental Health Foundation with a monthly gift. Donations to Huntsman Mental Health Foundation helped open Utah's only 24/7 mental health crisis care center in South Salt Lake. When you give monthly, you expand access to mental health treatments, fund life-saving research, and help improve mental health for everyone. And a gift of $19 or more per month gets you an exclusive Your Brain is Beautiful shirt showing your commitment to mental health. Get started today at yourbrainisbeautiful.org. That's yourbrainisbeautiful.org. Join Huntsman Mental Health Foundation and be part of transforming the way the world treats, understands, and improves mental health. Again, visit yourbrainisbeautiful.org to get started today for Mental Health Awareness Month in May. yourbrainisbeautiful.org.
Emergency traffic on KSL News Radio brought to you by UCCU. Receive 4% cash back on cruises at uccu.com. Traveling between Wasatch and Utah County on Highway 89, we're seeing huge delays. It's all due to a crash near Deer Creek Reservoir in the Charleston area, and we've had all lanes blocked in all directions. What traffic has gotten by has been on the shoulder. We've got big backups both eastbound and westbound between Heber and Provo Canyon, so you need to avoid this spot for a while until they can make progress on this crash and take an alternate route or delay your travel time. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Your best years aren't behind you. They're right here at Trio South Ogden. Discover independent living services that embrace aging as an opportunity to lean in, not step back. To pursue passions, not retire from purpose. Here, life is bright, colorful, and unapologetically fun. Move in, thrive on, because aging doesn't mean changing who you are. It means having more time to be exactly who you are. Schedule your tour today at trioSouthOgden.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millett here with Alex Curie. And I've got some information for you. We were chatting about the Osmond group, the Osmond family, they're planning to build, they've announced that they're developing this concert venue just inside of Provo Canyon, pretty much right at the mouth where that big gravel pit is. The renderings look awesome. The whole idea seems just awesome. And Alex speculated that maybe they could get Taylor Swift in there. And now it's my turn.
Right, you laughed me off the stage. I think
now it's my turn to throw cold water on someone else's idea.
Just knowing we have way too many Taylor Swift conversations, by the way, for me to feel 100% comfortable at work all the time. But as soon as I said that, I did think to myself, she's probably too good for that. And I'm assuming the numbers you're going to throw out right now, the prerequisites for what she would require for a crowd, we might be coming up too short.
Eras Tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Average attendance. Mm-hmm. It was over 72,000 people.
Yeah. So we're talking.
That's average attendance.
So you couldn't even there's no stadium in our state that accommodates that, by the way. Now, I guess no, that's not true. If you got LaVell Edwards Stadium packed, but also packed the field portion of it, you could probably get to that 80,000 person mark.
But the big stages she uses, it's
no, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think,
and then I mean, just looking at the Eras Tour, so you could let's say you filled in the field, you wouldn't be able to do it fully, partially, but then everything behind is obscured. Those are not sellable seats from behind the stage.
No, well, what you do is you make one of those 360 stages, and then you're able to do the full. You should call her. Did she ever consider a 360 stage?
I don't know. Call her.
All right.
I'll say, hey, you ever consider Cougar Stadium, and we could do this? So I'll tell you how you can get a hold of her, though. I actually happen to know this.
Oh, okay.
So go to TaylorSwift.com. There's a contact us form.
Contact us. Is this the same way to ask Trader Joe's if they can come?
Same way. It's foolproof.
What did we used to, dear Google, could you give me the best way to get a hold of Taylor Swift? I've got an idea for her. Send. Boom. All right, Ethan, you've got a pretty interesting story here that actually has kind of a quandary, kind of a morality police feel to it a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I just thought this was really interesting because I don't know if you guys remember, this was last year. A woman in Brigham City was killed in a hit-and-run crash. And Angie Kjar, I think it's Kjar.
Is it KJAR? It's Care.
Care. Angie Care, 65 years old, struck and killed. And the driver fled, and they have not found the driver. Wow. And Brigham City police say that they have just gone everywhere. They have investigated every lead. They've canvassed neighborhoods. They have executed search warrants. They have just done their best, and they're kind of out of ideas.
How long ago did this happen?
This was just, I want to say 8 months ago, maybe. It was September 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was not long ago.
And they have no leads now.
They have pretty much run out of options, and so they've issued a very, very interesting call, and they're trying to speak directly to the perpetrator. And we've got their statement here that they issued. This is Brigham City Police Detective Crystal Beck, trying to talk directly to the perpetrator of this hit-and-run killing.
To the person involved, we understand that accidents happen. Fear, panic, and shock can cause people to make decisions they never imagined they would make. By carrying this burden in silence only deepens the pain for everyone involved, including yourself. Coming forward now is an opportunity to tell the truth, to show compassion, and to begin clearing your conscience. Angie's family deserves answers, and you deserve the chance to do the right thing.
So basically, they're saying at this point that the best route they have to solving this is for the perpetrator to feel bad enough to turn himself in, which I think is in the realm of possibility.
That what's crazy is, and I know this happened you said Brigham City, right?
It's Brigham City.
So obviously, if this happens in Salt Lake City, they have a lot more of the resources. Not like from they just have places where you're getting coverage from cameras, things like that. Brigham City obviously wouldn't have that type of coverage across a lot of these intersections and wherever. And if you start to look into, it is interesting. It's fascinating to think. And you know what? Like when you actually really think about that moment, that there is somebody floating around out there who is
carrying this on their conscience.
I mean, they I would hope, but also the idea of, but I've got a family and I can't afford to go away for 10 years or whatever it might be, or whatever they might be scared of in terms of prosecution. Because it would be. Now, I'll tell you what a lot of people end up doing, and they kind of gave the idea of why they flee scenes in a lot of cases, because it's like they hit with that. She mentioned
Sometimes
it, fear,
they're drunk.
panic, and shock. Yeah. So then there's also the possibility of substances, which, by the way, would never be able to be proven now.
They can't. Yeah, they're not going to get you on your DUI.
And so what they would get you on is the felony fleeing the scene of a fatal accident.
Look, if you're listening and you did this, and you feel bad about it, you should contact an attorney.
I bet there is a deal.
And then have your attorney reach out to Brigham City Police and say,
a deal to be made.
What can this look like?
Right.
Because I get it, especially if you are a family man, although we keep assuming it's a guy. But if you've got a family, I understand why that responsibility would overwhelm your guilt and make you feel like you can't turn yourself in. But maybe there is kind of a third way here, and to get this done, bring some closure.
It's a fascinating thought to like how this whole thing went down, and then the idea that 8 months later they're nowhere closer to any of this than they were at the very beginning.
And they have done the legwork.
Yeah,
they have done it. But hopefully, I honestly think that's the smartest thing. If you're carrying that around, get a lawyer, have them reach out to Brigham City and just see. And I bet that you'll be able to come to a point where you can do your part to get past this and to help the family and help the investigation. And I think you have to do it. You obviously have to do it.
We love interaction with our listeners here on the program on KSL Brightside, and we love getting your thoughts on things. And frankly, we steal a lot of your ideas because we feel like this is a community situation. So you can always text us at the show, 57500. We'll read those texts over the airwaves, and we'll make you a part of the program because we love being able to do that. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back. When we return, a conversation about parents bailing their kids out these days, not just helping them financially. How about buying a house for them? We'll come back and talk about that next after news, traffic, and weather right here on KSL Brightside.
1:31 at KSL News Radio. I'm Becky Bruce. KSL's top local story this hour. Utah fire officials just opened a brand new wildfire operations center in South Salt Lake. Great Basin Fire Director Ben Newbern says Utah is entering summer unusually dry, and they're asking people to help prevent human-caused fires.
Fires are human-caused that cause catastrophic damage to those great natural resources and our communities.
Officials say the crews are staffed up and bringing in extra resources, including a new helicopter, headed into the dry summer months. The cause of a massive fire on the west side of Salt Lake City is still under investigation. It sent flames 30 feet above the building yesterday, with billows of black smoke visible from both I-80 and I-215's west side belt. Crews stayed on scene overnight to watch out for any possible flare-ups. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Humanoid robots are officially banned from boarding Southwest Airlines planes.
A few weeks ago, there was a situation on a Southwest Airlines flight from Oakland to San Diego. The flight was delayed while airline personnel tried to figure out if they could fly with a humanoid robot strapped into a seat. You know, the robots that look like humans, they can dance and walk and everything. The company that owns the robot had bought it a seat heading to an event it was set to perform at. But Southwest determined the robot's battery was too big and it could not fly. Now Southwest is making it policy. Any robot designed to resemble or imitate human or animal appearance, movement, or behavior is banned. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Your money at this moment, the Wall Street is reacting positively to a drop in oil prices. The Dow up 668 points right now. S&P 500 up 73. NASDAQ up about 350. Coming up, we'll tell you about that storm that's moving in. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 1:33.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Amanda, every business needs IT help, and sometimes you've got that guy who already works for your company who knows how to do this stuff, but sometimes you don't, or the guy who knows the IT stuff, that's not his actual job.
Right. So Les Olson IT they can be your 24/7 help desk. They can support your existing help desk. They can do advanced cybersecurity protection. Maybe just come and take a look. Are you subject to phishing or ransomware or other things? What are the cyber threats you're facing?
And you've got to make sure that your data is secure. So both cloud and data backup solutions, they can help you with that. Plus, everybody's got to use a computer. That's where hardware comes in, infrastructure support. You don't have to know all this stuff because Les Olson IT knows it.
And most of the time, they can help you fix whatever's going wrong remotely, just off your computer. Plus, of course, they have copiers and printers. They always will at the very best price.
Les Olson IT is your trusted local IT partner. They've been in business for 70 years, and they've got 9 locations from Logan to Las Vegas.
Find out more at lesolson.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on brakes?
We mark Duralast brake pads down to free.
Free Duralast brake pads?
When you buy 2 rotors.
Can I get Duralast Gold pads for free?
With 2 Duralast Gold rotors, and there's a lifetime warranty on brake pads.
That's a huge markdown for so many miles.
Save on brakes and more during Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by SCHEV.
Tonight on KSL. Sometimes you find yourself on the wrong side of someone's bad intentions. Hey, why'd you steal my package? Why'd you steal it? Sometimes the court orders them to pay you back.
The total damages was $109,000.
How often are victims actually made whole?
At the end of the day, she paid $20,000.
A decade later, I'm going to let you know how much restitution I got and what it takes to get it. Why'd you steal my package? Pay back. Tonight at 10.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. And Ricky, I apologize. I know it is emergency traffic.
It is emergency traffic. It's in Wasatch County. Now, we have solid delays, but we're a little hopeful at this time. An earlier crash had blocked all lanes of travel in both directions on Highway 189 near Deer Creek Reservoir in the Charleston area. If you're trying to get between Heber and Provo Canyon, it's going to take you a while. You need to delay your travel time and reschedule or find an alternate route because we still have traffic that is just at a complete standstill each direction for miles. So they're working to get this crash cleared. But what traffic did squeak by, it was on the shoulder. So you're not going anywhere if you're trying to take Highway 189 around Deer Creek. You need to just find an alternate route or reschedule because right now, hardly any traffic getting by. Your Salt Lake County freeways, all clear and looking good. At UTA, we move your early mornings, your long days, your big plans. We move purpose. We move you. Plan your trip at rideuta.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Partly cloudy this afternoon. We're headed up to 71 degrees overnight. Still a little on the cool side at 48 degrees. Tomorrow, though, we get some isolated showers and thunderstorms with a high of 67. Right now, you've got mostly cloudy skies, 66 degrees. I'm Becky Bruce from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at KSLNewsRadio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Doug Wright is probably rolling over in his grave hearing us back on the air.
And Alex Curie.
Well, first of all, Doug's not dead, but yeah, he probably would not approve.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller here with Alex Curie. Continuing on with the show today, I wanted to bring up one last thing regarding the Osmond's planned concert venue there in Provo Canyon. Someone texted in because it's right there. It's just inside the canyon on the south side. Mm-hmm. That
the old gravel quarry,
gravel pit.
Mm-hmm.
Someone texted in. They said, "What are they going to do with the Provo Gun Club?" That's right above the site, and that's true. It's just off that site, just to the east. Now the development looks like. So they didn't say anything about that in any of the documentation that we saw. The development itself doesn't look like it's going to conflict. They're two separate properties.
Right.
But it does make me wonder if there will end up being a conflict with a shooting range so close to a major venue like that. And I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, who knows?
It wouldn't surprise me if
they shut it down.
If the Provo Gun Club ended up getting a good deal on a new piece of property somewhere else. I don't know.
Got a great deal on it.
It seems like, though, there's the potential for conflict. At least that's just me speculating.
The more we talked about this, the more I'm on board and it's all, like I said, it's all about just being competitive with the other states around us. And you get the power of the Osmonds. Get this thing going.
The Osmonds are a big deal, man. That light.
Do you remember that?
That light has not dimmed over the years.
I wonder what the name of it was, but I bet there are people listening right now who remember that restaurant that was up on the precipice of a cliff up there with like a gondola that took you to it. You know, remember that whole thing?
I've heard about it. Yeah.
There used to be, and at one point when I was in college, I think you could see the old building,
but it wasn't there though. Wasn't it further up the canyon?
It was way further up. But I'm just saying, like, people have tried to do like hey, we're gonna make Provo Canyon great again. What are we gonna do? Well, this is the type of event that actually makes or a type of of an idea that actually I think would stick.
It seems cool.
Because you remember at some point that I'm mixing up everything here, but I remember that the building was there. You could see the cables that took you from wherever over to there, and I think I remember people who lived down in that direction talking about having gone there when they were younger. But at some point it burnt down, and whoever the developers were able to go, oh shoot, an electrical fire all the way up in these hills. What? You know what I mean? Like, and so that burned down, and I don't know if they were just trying to redevelop it at some point. But anyway, bottom line is, I would love to have a Red Rocks type of a venue up Provo Canyon.
Yeah.
It'd be
cool.
It would be really hard to figure out the traffic situation there, though. I guarantee it.
I think they're gonna. Yeah, there's a lot of work still to be done for sure. All right.
Eagles Nest Lodge. That's what it's called. There you go.
It's called Eagles Nest Lodge.
Yeah, man. Of course it is.
All right.
I don't know. Texas, if you ever ate at Eagles Nest Lodge, give me a food review of
look,
that place.
and I'm not saying anything. I only paused there because I just watched with my son. I just watched Band of Brothers.
Oh, Eagles Nest is probably not the name you want to go with.
As soon as you said that, I thought, oh,
that's a branding choice.
Yeah.
We've seen this happen. Okay.
Anyway, so on to the next thing. Redfin, which is that online, real estate
it's kind of like Zillow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They, according to a survey they did in 2025, 26% of Americans aged 18 to 44 used family money to help fund a down payment on a home. So 26% of Americans from 18 to 44 use family money to buy their home. And I think we all know why.
Family money sounds like you inherited it like from the family
money
business.
Sounds like a lot, but you know what this is? This is parents floating 30, 40 grand for a down payment, which is a lot of money to float, but it is by no means like legacy money. I mean,
no, but it is a number. I don't know what would be comparable for when like our parents were growing up. Their parents giving them $5,000, or
$50,
$10. No, I do think that it's an interesting. It's an interesting thing. I don't know how we're going to be able to make it without chipping into my kids' futures when it comes to the housing stuff either.
Have you and Colin talked about making money available, taking a loan against your 401k or something, or home equity line of credit to make money available to your kids to buy a home? Have you guys talked about that?
We haven't talked about that. We have wondered all the time about how our kids are going to afford a house.
Yeah.
Ever. And there's part of me too that goes, because we still own our house up here in Salt Lake and we rent it. And my kid one time just said, "Oh, it'll be great. I'm just going to live in the Salt Lake house." And I was like, "Whoa, okay, hold on a minute. You can't just declare
forever."
Well, but he made it sound like, and obviously we have this. We can just use that. And I was like thinking to myself, "Hey, buddy, like, no."
If you were an only child, that might work.
It might be the case. And you know what? While you're in college, maybe that's the case. And you and 5 of your buddies.
He'd have to go to the U. Is he ready for that?
Oh, my kids. I have zero. Look, my wife and I both went to BYU. Fine. Great. We met there. Great. You know me. I don't have the tie. I didn't grow up in the state. And so I don't have the hate level that a lot of people do.
I see.
For the University of Utah. And I think you're a little bit the same way, too. I don't think your hate for BYU has ever been there just because you went to the U.
Well, I went to the U. I cheer for the Utes. I'm a Ute fan.
Yeah.
Love those
You
Utes.
do go to a lot of BYU football games, though, for a guy who loves the Utah so
I know.
much.
The rest of my family is BYU fans. And, in fact, my nephew is starting on the BYU
He is
football
not
team
just he is the punter.
He's the punter.
He's
So
the punter.
If
there was a position that Ethan's relatives would have on a team, though.
Hey, you know what? They're there.
He's there,
He's
though.
there.
He's there.
It doesn't matter. He's there. And I'll tell you this. I love that he's a punter because I feel like all my Ute friends can cheer for him as well.
Yeah,
because you think about it.
He's not really making an impact. Is that what you're saying?
But BYU wants a good punter, right? And then the Ute fans want to see the BYU punter kick as many punts as possible.
Right, that's exactly right.
So
I love
it's
your
like
punting average.
Everyone can cheer when my nephew goes out on the field.
Your nephew, by the way, best name on the entire roster.
Fuller Shirts.
Fuller Shirts.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So BYU fans, make sure you cheer for my nephew when he goes out there because he's going to. Let me tell you something. This kid is going to be giving it all he's got because this is a season that he has been looking forward to his entire life.
So
starting for BYU football.
Gosh, if I was at BYU, I would start a band called Fuller Shirts for sure. Absolutely. All right.
But so let me put a little spin on this.
Yes.
And I would actually love to hear from some people at 57500. And I don't know, maybe we continue this one.
Did you benefit from it, or would you be the one, or have you chipped into your kids buying a home?
That's right. Have you talked about this? Are you planning on helping your kids buy a home? And would you put strings attached? So I've got the story here of one young woman whose dad helped her buy a home, and he put one condition on it. You know what that is?
You got to give me a grandson.
Nope.
Oh, what is it?
Proximity.
You better stay close?
I will buy to your house. It has to be, he said it had to be under $700,000 and it had to be within 2 miles. And if she was willing to agree to that, he would foot the bill.
So
this is a story in the Wall Street Journal.
I will say this.
Which is a brilliant move if you've got the money.
It's not
brilliant.
But here's the thing, though. It's not a great move for families to try to just keep the kids as close to the parents as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a great move. I really don't. And it's not a diss on anybody who does it, whatever. Having family close is great.
Yeah.
But when you basically want to keep your kids under your thumb a little bit, I think it could end up being very detrimental. And also, when it does come with strings like this attached.
You don't have enough thumbs. You've got 7 kids. You could never.
I've told them that too. I go, you guys are.
You can't keep them under your thumb.
I go, and we have, with 7 kids, what it is I'm expecting the oldest to actually be the one to foot the bill for the youngest kid's house.
Everyone does the next kid.
Everyone has to pay for the next kid's house after that. Otherwise, I'm not doing this. I can't. Could you imagine? I mean, I'm already, because nowadays too, there's no version of like, oh well, the bride's family's the one footing the bill for this thing, and everyone's like, well, you've got 3 daughters, you got to figure that out. I think every family is footing some version of a massive bill for weddings these days. Anyway, I'm going to be on the hook for some massive amount of money if they all get married, and I hope they do, kind of, 7 times. And that's not me saying that I feel like I'm going to have to buy the entire, or pay for the entire wedding, because I'm sure both families do. But I think there's an understanding now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there's an understanding now that that it's not like the old school, like, well, the bride's family was paying for all that. Is there still?
I don't actually. I think there is. Have
you set money aside for Ruby's wedding?
No, but I have. No.
I just made you freak out a little bit right there.
She's 15, Alex.
You better set some money aside now, is what I'm saying.
It's massively inappropriate conversation.
I'm telling you, but you're a money guy.
Yeah, I do.
You better have it figured out, but you better start at 15 years old, my guy.
All right, let's ask this question to the texters. We got to go to break. We'll take some text when we come back. 26% of Americans aged 18 to 44 have used money from their family to buy a home. Would you do this for your family? Would you do this for your children? If you did, what strings would you attach to that money? We're going to read your text when we come back.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Can we talk about something difficult to discuss? Are you going through a difficult financial time? You have equity in your home, but nobody can help? American Home Loans has created the Bridge Loan Program to use your equity regardless of your credit at this time. The Bridge Loan can be used to pay debts, collections, IRS liens, divorce settlements, or home improvements. Call it 801-262-2221. That's 262-2221. This loan creates a bridge between now and a much brighter future. After COVID, one of their clients had over $85,000 in credit cards. Their scores were too low to borrow on their home. American Home Loans was able to save them $2,000 a month. And after 8 months, they qualified for a conventional loan and lowered their payments. The consultation is free and confidential. Please call them and see what they can do for you. The number is 801-262-2221. It's 262-2221 or go to AmericanHomeLoans.com. AmericanHomeLoans.com. NMLS 245422, Equal Housing Lender.
KSL Broadcast Group contests are open to participants 18 years of age and older that are residents of Utah, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest may not enter. Persons who have won in the last 30, 60, or 90 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available at kslnewsradio.com/contests.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house. Whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed, call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
Speaking of lunch hour, if you're not doing anything at noon, that's actually when this show begins. We started on YouTube first. That kicks off at noon, and then we move it on the air here on 102.7 FM and 1160 AM. So if you're just hanging out at your desk around noon, jump on because we always have an awesome time. We always have a great crowd.
Got a text right here, Ethan, to 57500. We're asking parents if they have chipped in or will chip in or will throw a massive amount of money down so that their kids can get a house.
Yeah.
You know, housing. Because apparently we're doing it. Apparently it's happening more and more.
In 2025, 26% of Americans age 18 to 44 used money for their family to buy a home.
Here's a text right here. It says, mother of four girls here. Mother of four married girls here. The bride's parents still pay the most. Groom's family does some, but not as much. Save up, Alex.
You got
Here's the thing.
You got four
Three
girls?
Three girls. Yeah. This one's interesting because I think that a lot of parents make this compromise where they go, look, I want my kids to have to pay this back, but like I can give them a way better rate. You know what I mean? Like this parent says, we're basically the bank. We hold a lien, and they get a reduced interest rate. See, that's
so the best case
scenario. That's got love attached to it. It's also got the the responsibility of having to pay it back with some interest.
Well, and then what happens is those kids they pay you back over time.
Yeah.
And then if at some point they default, then you get all the payments and you get to keep the house.
And you get the house.
This is a
great deal.
You can't lose.
What's
You can't lose.
Here's the thing. Yeah, and at your own risk, because you have to determine whether or not your kids and that relationship with them and their
credit worthiness of your children is your problem. But Alex, I'm also interested in hearing any strings that people have attached, because I read in this.
That one says they have a little number. And what's a real interest rate right now on a house? Like on a 30-year, like normal, is that like 6 1/4 or something like that?
13%.
I know, it feels like that. So I would basically make it just a little bit better. I'd be like, oh yeah, so you guys qualified for 6 1/4?
If I could do this,
I'll do 5.99999. That's as good as I can do.
If I had the means to do this for my kids, I would probably give them like a screaming interest rate. Now, at a certain point, though, I think the law doesn't allow you to give them too good of a deal. There are still some parameters in there, but I would try and give them the best possible.
How about this? We just got a phone call that Caitlin fielded, our producer.
Oh,
she just texted. Just said, "Hey, Nick from Layton. He doesn't use text. Said he put 2 girls through their master's degrees, but doesn't plan on paying for their weddings.
I think that's fair.
However you do it, it's fine. Because the reality is if you got the master's degree, presumably you'd have a better option to be able to pay for that house that you're going to get into anyway. 6 kids, 40 years old. That's my plan. Help the kids get the home and help them pay in a home. Help them pay it off. Wow, that's a lot. 6 kids, and you're helping pay for all of them to pay that house off.
Well, I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how much you're willing to put up. I mean, obviously, very few families could just buy the home. Although in this Wall Street Journal story, that is what happened to Jennifer Gross. Her dad bought her a home. The pretty much the main stipulation was it had to be within 2 miles of his house. And so he said, if you'll live within 2 miles of me, I'll buy your house. And she went for it. I love that they have that kind of relationship.
See, but I would
love for my baby girl to live close to me. I'm confident she won't, but I would love that. So I get where he's going with that. We have another texter here that says, here are the strings attached for this family. They have to have a job if they're going to help them with their home.
Okay.
They have to have a job and be putting reasonable money into savings every month.
Okay.
They'd be willing to chip in. And we got a text from Bab. She says, interest rates on mortgages are almost at 7%.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Well, good luck.
Jeez, and she would know.
Well, my question is this, though. If they get a house, and those people... And when you show funds, you have to show that you got it from your dad, by the way. Like, when they do that, when the bank goes in and looks at the money, and they can't just see that it's in your account. Like, they have to see kind of where the transaction happened, right? Is that kind of how they do it?
There are a number of rules around this. You can't just do it willy-nilly. And I know, although I don't know if I want to look this up and extend this segment any longer, but my understanding is that in this process, if you're helping your children in financing something for them, that you can't literally just do whatever you want. It has to be structured in a way that resembles a real transaction in the current economic conditions.
So
but
what about
that's as much as I feel like I know about
What about
that.
you
So
personally?
all I'm saying is make sure you know the rules around
If
it.
your kid came to you and said, we need help with the down payment, and let's just go off of this dad's example who he said $700,000, right? Was the max?
That's the whole cost of the house.
Okay.
He bought the house.
So the guy,
he bought the house.
He bought it outright.
Yep, bought it outright.
Okay. Well, let's say that it's a $700,000 house, and you say, I'll help you with the down payment. When I say I'll help you with the down payment, is there a number? Like, what if you said, I'll give you $100,000? Would that be reasonable? And when I say give you, would there be the strings attached for you? Because every parent wants their kid to have housing, right?
Yes, that's true.
And they want them to get onto the track of owning a home so that they're not in the renting space for time and all eternity.
I'll tell you what. So $100,000, is that a reasonable down payment on a $700,000 home? I don't know.
Well, no, that's not that. No.
I don't know that.
Reasonable down payment would be $140,000. I'm just saying, let's say it's a townhome and it's $600,000 and you give them $120,000. 20% down payment.
Here's what I look at. Is that a reasonable amount to give a kid that I can't get to take out the garbage?
Okay.
That's where my mind goes.
Okay, how about this?
How many lawns would you have to mow?
My kids, I'm just ready for the argument about favoritism, which we always get. And I've told my kids straight up. So one year, this is terrible. One year, my kids, they gifted this to my wife. Okay? A picture. There was a picture frame, and it's an open picture frame.
Right.
And it's got Velcro spots on it. And it's got pictures of all the kids. And they're ranked 1 through 7. Right. And so they're like, Mom, you can use this. And the idea is, and the Velcro is on the both sides of the picture and on the actual frame itself.
Right.
So it's a living list of right now, guess who's in the lead? So, which I love. I want them to see that all the time.
They just want information.
I know. But see, I because I tell them all the time too. I'm like, and they'll sneak, like putting their. It's become a thing where they just sneak, and it's as important to them to put themselves at the top. That's actually less. That's actually less of a thing. They want to put their least favorite sibling at the very bottom.
Oh yeah.
But look where you at. You're number 7 right now.
Yeah.
So, but we have this discussion all the time. When my brother got a full ride scholarship to play football in college, he was way up to the top of the list. You know why? Because my parents didn't have to pay for college for him.
Where is he now?
I think he just borrowed some money from my mom. No,
because I think you're at the top of the list now. You have to be.
I am. Well, I have a lot of kids.
You've got a spectacular family.
I have a lot of kids. That helps.
You've got to be at the top of their list.
No, I think my sister is always.
I'm not either.
I think that, yeah. And guess what? It's an older sister for you, probably at the top of the list always, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think that's probably the case in a lot of families.
And you know what? Because guess why? The Schertz family has a son who he plays football at BYU.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
That talk about making your mom proud. We're coming right back. More to go.
FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Claire Scott. KSL's top story this hour. State water managers are sharing more about just how dire Utah's water situation is going to be this summer. For one, Utah Division of Water Resources Director Joel Williams told state lawmakers today they're going to have to release a ton of water from Flaming Gorge Reservoir just to keep Lake Powell from falling further.
While it's going to maybe help Lake Powell maintain its elevation, it will have a dramatic effect at Flaming Gorge, anticipated to lose about 35 feet.
Water managers in Weber and Davis County say they're already planning to cut outdoor watering short by at least 2 weeks this fall just to protect the drinking water supply. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. 2 police officers who defended the Capitol on January 6 are suing to stop the creation of President Trump's $1.7 billion anti-weaponization fund.
Former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn and Metropolitan Police Department Officer Daniel Hodges alleged the compensation fund would not only encourage those who committed violence in the name of President Trump, but also directly finance their operations. Calling it, quote, the most brazen act of presidential corruption this century, the officers alleged the creation of the fund violated federal law and the prohibition in the 14th Amendment barring the government from funding insurrections. The anti-weaponization fund would make nearly $1.8 billion available to anyone who claims they were targeted by the Biden administration, potentially including the nearly 1,600 people charged with attacking the Capitol on January 6th. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
Your money at this moment. The Dow is up 651 points. The S&P is up 79 points. And coming up, isolated thunderstorms tomorrow. KSL weather is next. KSL News time 2:01.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
Old Faithful, Mammoth Hot Springs, wolves in the Lamar Valley. This summer, experience America's first national park the way the locals do, with expert guides from See Yellowstone. After a day of adventure, unwind at the historic Three Bear Lodge. Then enjoy a signature prime rib dinner or wake up to our famous breakfast buffet, all included in your package. Skip the stress. We'll handle everything. Book your Yellowstone adventure today at SeeYellowstone.com.
This year, Utahns are celebrating the 250th anniversary of our country, Utah style, because everything from Utah's red rock deserts to our snowy peaks are worth celebrating. It's our land, our communities. Join us in celebrating our country with Utah style. Join the statewide celebration. Get involved at america250.utah.gov. Brought to you by America First Credit Union.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Now, get the Hyundai Tucson for 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit your local Hyundai dealer. Offers end June 1st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Get your yard ready with Rich Lawn. Spring is here, and it's time to bring your lawn back to life. Start with Rich Lawn Turf Food, an organic-based fertilizer that feeds your soil and keeps your grass greener longer. Looking for professional-grade results? Organic 100 delivers the nutrients your lawn needs to thrive. And for the finishing touches, Rich Lawn has you covered with Iron Rich for yellowing lawns, Easy Green Grass Seed, and Grow Rich Garden Fertilizer. Put in the work, trust Rich Lawn, and enjoy a yard you'll be proud of. Available at Home Depot and independent garden centers.
Jeff Kaplan here. Got to tell you, the paint job looked great, and our friend Sue couldn't say enough good things about CertaPro painters. They were professional, zero drama. They cleaned up. The house looks amazing, and if you need your house painted, you should know that CertaPro makes it a worry-free experience, and they do it at the right price. CertaPro Painters has 70,000 five-star reviews. Local trusted professionals. Get a detailed free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Emergency traffic and weather together, brought to you by UCCU. Improve cash flow with a home equity line of credit. Here's Ricky Meese.
This is one we've been trying to warn you about for a while now. A nasty crash in Wasatch County had Highway 89 closed in both directions near Deer Creek Reservoir in the Charleston area. They are starting to let some traffic get through. However, big delays, residual backups remain in both directions. No matter where life takes you, Cyprus Credit Union has the tools to help you plan your financial future. Start today at cypruscu.com. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
A high of 71 today with some cloud coverage. Tomorrow we'll see clouds move in with isolated showers and thunderstorms. The sun is back on Friday and temperatures rise to the 80s for the holiday weekend. Right now it is 66 and mostly cloudy. I'm Claire Scott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com, or Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
And you're sure management's okay with this?
And Alex Curie.
I thought you cleared it with them.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to KSL Brightside. Let's do a little public service here, Alex. Right over the airwaves here at KSL News Radio.
I always like that. Let's hear it.
Little public service because the weather's warming up. We've all started to actually get out and enjoy our state. We get out on the highways. We roam around. We've got our favorite places to go, camping, hiking, whatever we're doing. And there are 5, I want to go over with you, the 5 most dangerous stretches of road in the state of Utah.
Oh.
Now, this is a story on KSL TV.
We're entering we're about to get into the 100 deadliest days like we do.
Yes.
It's kind of between Memorial Day and Labor Day every year.
Yes, we are. So we're going to let you know so that you can be on alert when you roll through these places.
Okay.
Now, the number 1 most dangerous road, I think any Utahn who's lived here for any amount of time.
I haven't looked at the list.
You haven't looked at the list? So you tell me. I know you'll get it.
Highway 6.
Highway 6
Got
in
it.
Spanish Fork Canyon.
Okay.
But specifically, and anyone that grew up here knows that Spanish Fork Canyon, Highway 6 is the most dangerous stretch of road. We all know that. We've all of us have had experiences that have underscored that. I have, and it's not great. So, but specifically, it is the stretch of road at Thistle Junction.
So it's getting to the mouth of the canyon, basically.
It's basically right there at Thistle Junction. It is the deadliest stretch of road in Utah, and honestly, I can see why. That crazy left turn you make at that Thistle Junction.
We've all
that is
had
bonkers. I cannot believe that is a thing.
We've all had that moment where you're stopped in the canyon and you go, "Oh boy." Right? I mean, how many times have you and I worked in this building in this newsroom, and you hear about the Highway 6 shutting down because of a jackknife, this or a fatal accident that they're investigating? I mean, it happens all the time.
Have you ever had to make that left turn there?
Yeah, it's
onto Highway 6. I've done it twice.
It's very dicey, and you're just trying to go, okay, I'm going to go. And by the way, like, cars they have better pickup now than they used to.
Yeah.
But cars who are like, I can make it, who just get impatient, it was just such a problem for years, for decades.
It still is a problem. That's the number one. Okay, the number 2 deadliest road in Utah is in Uinta County. It is the 6-mile stretch of US 40 immediately west of Vernal.
Okay, I could see that also. I've been on that stretch of road quite often as well.
That one has seen 5 deadly crashes over the last 5 years, so every year. In Spanish Fork Canyon, the US 6 there at Thistle, they've seen 7 deadly crashes since 2021.
Well, and you see also, I mean, the interesting thing about that is that you have so fewer people in comparison that are traveling those roads than people that are traveling the, I-15s or 215s, all the interstates that are through here. A lot fewer people traveling on those, but that just shows you too how it can get pretty dangerous out there on those rural roads.
The last 3 spots in the top 5 most dangerous roads in Utah, or it's actually a 3-way tie. Each of them has 4 fatal crashes since 2021.
Okay.
I-15 at the point of the mountain.
Okay. Yeah, I can
which
see that.
is, and they said the problem there is speed. So a quarter of the deadly crashes that happened there are people traveling above 70 miles an hour.
And I would imagine it would be coming down the hill in either direction is when people start to really kind of put the foot down and they start coming down that hill.
You know what else happens there too? Is the weather.
Oh, yeah.
You can get low visibility. You can get really bad conditions.
Okay.
I bet that's a big part
What
of
else
it.
you got?
The next is a 7-mile run of I-80 in the West Desert just east of the Salt Flats. 36% of the time, so a little more than a third of the time, it was a rollover crash. That's big for rollovers.
Yeah, sure.
Which you can imagine, I mean, speed has to be a factor.
Well, and
out there on I-80, people are
Is the speed limit, is that one of the 80?
The hammer is down.
Yeah, is that one of the 80-mile-an-hour places, too, in the state that we have? We got
Yes,
the
it
stretch
is,
all the way down to the to St. George.
Some of that road is 80 miles an hour. And then let's see here. And then finally, the first 2 miles up American Fork Canyon, which is that really beautiful.
Quite windy.
Astonishingly beautiful stretch of road. Super, super, super dangerous. You've got the river on one side, you got the mountain on the other, very, very narrow. Those first 2 miles of American Fork Canyon, that rounds out the list.
So that what surprises me is that we aren't talking about Ogden Canyon. The Ogden Canyon road is, to me, more dicey. Like, it seems like the rocks are right. A big Cottonwood Canyon, when you get into that thing, too, like right up against, when you start to get in there, it feels like you're going down a chute.
It feels like you're going to lose your side mirror.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the and Ogden Canyon is a little bit like that, too, when you start going up. Trapper's Loop seems like it would be one that would be kind of dangerous, although that's a pretty wide road up there. But because it's so rural, and we make that trip quite often up between there, and it feels like, and then that I-84 kind of past Morgan also.
Yeah.
That also feels like a place that I've seen a lot of those accidents.
Wasn't Ogden Canyon, wasn't that road redone, though? Hasn't that been kind of modernized? I never get up there, but I feel like it has been. That might be.
You can't widen it though, so it still is that same kind of wider. Maybe the road itself is, but Trapper's Loop is very, very wide. But Ogden Canyon itself, once you get below Pineview, it's a little bit dicey right there, man. And like just go, and it's windy. There's always motorcycles. I think that's the area where the Lifetime CEO, when that fatal crash that he was involved in, I think that was up Ogden Canyon as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, the road conditions are only part of it because, and I think it's interesting that US 6 and Spanish Fork Canyon still is the top of the list, even with all the money they've put into that road, all the improvements.
Right.
It is significantly wider than it used to be in many, many stretches, and it is still the most dangerous road.
Oh, for sure.
And I think there's only one thing we can do now with Spanish Fork Canyon in order to improve the safety of that road.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Oh, shut her down.
Just close it.
Well, if you thought about putting a massive concert venue up that canyon, maybe we could do that. Maybe the Osmonds could put a giant concert venue up Spanish Fork Canyon. That really solves some issues.
Look, if you want to get to Price, you still can. You just got to go through I-70.
Drive all the way down to Richfield, then cut over. Perfect.
You still can.
Should save some
It's
time.
going to take you another 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad that you brought those up. I bet there are so many other places that in my head I'm like, oh, yeah, what about there? Oh, what about here? Provo Canyon, I'm surprised that's not mentioned. It feels like you hear those and I know over the years we've heard of fatalities that are mentioned up all these different places.
Sure.
But the reality is that the canyon roads are the most dicey in this state by far.
They can be. Yeah.
And when weather hits as well, it becomes even worse. And but people go, I'm not slowing down. I gotta get to grandma's house. I gotta get to the ski resort.
I had a near-death experience in Spanish Fork Canyon, and it was a summer rainstorm.
Near-death experience makes it sound like you saw the light, like grandma talked to you.
Well,
I saw grandma.
I didn't see grandma.
Okay,
but it was close.
You almost died.
It was close. I was nearly there. I got out of it, but it was a summer snow. It was a summer rainstorm.
Well, right now we're getting there are places in the country right now. Did you see we had like snow totals above like a foot and a half over the past like 10 days?
Yeah.
Different parts of the state. And it's not unusual for us to get cold and icy precipitation
late
during May.
Sure.
But this seems like there's been some, by the way, what a cruel deal too, right? The biggest snowfall we've had in the past 6 months were basically in May and late April. Those were the times that they hit. Ski resorts are like, you couldn't give them this like 6 months ago? Come on.
Oh, hey, look at this
3 months
text.
ago?
I didn't know about this. We got this via text, so we
it say?
should look at this.
There's probably an accident right now that we're missing or what?
UDOT is building an overpass and on-ramp at Thistle Junction starting this year.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Phenomenal. So good. So good.
So
now it looks like we won't have to close the canyon.
Thank heavens.
That's great.
Ethan was ready to just shut it down. We were going to start signing the petition to get
Look,
that thing going
if it was up to me, if I were governor, you'd be really surprised.
Of the stuff that Ethan would do, that the result was we're actually going to shut down that whole school district. It's not working anymore. We're not doing it. All right, when we take a break, we're going to take this break here. When we come back, Ethan, of course, doing his little PSA for the rest of the state, giving us the 5 deadliest roads. By the way, I don't care what road it's on. Be safe traveling this weekend. There's going to be a lot of people out on the roads, and, of course, we start up the 100 deadliest days. How about teens and the effect that their smartphone is having on their sleep? Frankly, teens, I don't care who it is. Cell phones are ruining your sleep. We'll talk about it a little bit next right here on KSL Brightside. Stay with us.
Amanda, every business needs IT help, and sometimes you've got that guy who already works for your company who knows how to do this stuff, but sometimes you don't, or the guy who knows the IT stuff, that's not his actual job.
Right. So Les Olson IT they can be your 24/7 help desk. They can support your existing help desk. They can do advanced cybersecurity protection. Maybe just come and take a look. Are you subject to phishing or ransomware or other things? What are the cyber threats you're facing?
And you've got to make sure that your data is secure, so both cloud and data backup solutions, they can help you with that. Plus, everybody's got to use a computer. That's where hardware comes in, infrastructure support. You don't have to know all this stuff because Les Olson IT knows it.
And most of the time, they can help you fix whatever's going wrong remotely, just off your computer. Plus, of course, they have copiers and printers. They always will at the very best price.
Les Olson IT is your trusted local IT partner. They've been in business for 70 years, and they've got 9 locations from Logan to Las Vegas.
Find out more at lesolson.com.
Hi, it's Greg Skordas, and for years and years, I'd maintained the same weight until I hit 60, and then it started piling on. I don't know why. I could not get that weight to come off. So I contacted Soda, and I said, look, I need to lose between 20 and 30 pounds. They said, sign up, and so I did. There's no pills, there's no injections, it's just food. I have a nutritionist who helps me, and I told her, look, I can't even wear some of the suits I used to wear. Well, after the first week, I lost 8 pounds. After the second week, I'd lost over 10 pounds. I'm starting to be able to put some of my suits on. I'm starting to be able to put my belt on like I hadn't before. I'm back on the bicycle again. I'm getting outside again, and I'm doing the activities that I did when I was 40 years old. Having my wife join me was great because you can join now and your partner joins for free. That's right, 2 people for the price of 1. SodaDietNutrition.com. It's a great program. It's worked for me. It'll work for you. SOTA, as in state of the art. SodaDietNutrition.com. Soda Weight Loss. Join them for a short time to have results that last a lifetime.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audien Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Common Spirit Health. Hospitals, clinics, and caregivers, all connected to advance healthcare in Colorado, Kansas, and Utah. Healthcare with human kindness is here. Hello, human kindness.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed and still don't on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. And we really appreciate you tuning in. And did I mention that we actually start this show at noon? So you hear it on the air here on KSL News Radio, 102.7 FM and 1160 AM, Utah's news, traffic, and weather station, at 1. We actually started at noon on YouTube, and we have a great crowd always in there, and it's so much fun.
Oh, we have a good time for sure.
And so if you're not doing anything at noon, join us then and hang out. It's really, really fun.
I would say, too, that hour, it's we have a good time. I'll put it that way. We get a little bit more wild, I think, in that 1 hour. It's not like we go to it's not like we're not cussing on it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is though, it has that video podcast type of a streaming feel to it, which is a lot of interaction with the people who are watching the stream on YouTube, but also, we're bringing props in. We had the ice cream in yesterday. We do a lot of fun things. So if you want to join us, then you can do it, and we have a great time. But either way,
please do.
All 3 hours are going to be streaming on our YouTube channel, but also you can listen to the podcast wherever podcasts are found. They're up every day at the end of our programs, and so there you go. Ethan, it was a great PSA.
Phenomenal PSA, and just let Cheryl know we did it.
Tell Cheryl we did our duty.
We did our part.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to a new study,
oh boy,
on the sleep habits of Americans, over 50% of American teens use their phones between the hours of 12 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Jeez, how many?
More than 50%.
50%?
It says over 50%. Yeah. That's what it says right here. So this was following, this was in the journal, the JAMA Pediatrics Journal, which I don't know what JAMA stands for.
It's something about it's basically like how you can become a better parent than everybody else. I'm surprised you don't subscribe to it.
The research was led by Dr. Jason Nagata, who is an associate professor of pediatrics at the University of California, San Francisco, pardon me. And he's saying that this is actually really impactful, that teens are facing a significant disruption in their sleep because they've got their phones right next to them.
We have 3 teenagers in the home, and all 3 have phones. And one of the ways that we try to mitigate this is the phones have to be plugged in when I go to bed. So
and where plugged in?
Oh, in my room, next to my wife's side of the bed.
I need to start doing this.
We do. We have a charging station that has it's basically like a large mat, like this mouse pad right here in studio, and all 3 phones line up right there, and that's on my wife's side of the bed. And so when I look over and I see 2 of them, I go, well, I already know that Quinn's not the perpetrator here. Who is the odd person out? It's usually the 2 boys. No, it's usually the 2 older boboys. And you have to, and guess what happens? I call them. They know exactly what's happening. When I'm in my bed and I'm calling them, I'm coming up, right? Because they're waiting. They're hoping that I fall asleep before I could tell them to bring their phone down.
Honestly, I need to do this.
It doesn't matter what downtime you set. By the way, it doesn't matter what downtime you set. You can have all the stops in place. And I will say even then, because Ethan, here's the other thing that happens. And you've probably noticed this too. Do you have old phones floating around the house? Like ones that have been replaced, some of the other ones. They're like in drawers and whatever.
Yeah,
So
we do.
At one point, my son was so good about it, and he was so diligent about 10 o'clock, 10:30, boom, put it on the mat, boom, out. And at one point, I remember walking downstairs. He had forgotten something, and I went to go grab like some keys, or no, he put my keys on his side table. I go down there and I see a plug, and it led under his like side table. And I pulled it out, and it was one of our old phones. He was happy to turn in his phone every night because
he had a backup.
Yes, he was freaking. And man,
clever boy.
I'll tell you what we did. I threw that thing straight away.
Mm-hmm.
I made him watch as I put it through the shredder. No, I was just like, dude, we're not, because they will find a way to do exactly this. And it's not like they're trying to. It's not like they're like, I can't wait to stay up all night. What ends up happening is it's all of they're texting, they're snapping, they're doing all this. They're on their social media stuff. They're going back and forth.
Yes, it just builds and builds and builds. The Mayo Clinic says teens aged between 13 and 18 should be getting between 8 and 10 hours of sleep each night. And Alex, I need to
It's a pipe dream.
I need to adopt your rule because I get my daughter to bed into her room on time.
Yes.
So she could get 8 hours of sleep easily.
How would she respond when you say, new rule, this is getting charged in our room?
Well, she'd be upset. She would be upset.
Yes.
But I confess, I send her to a room with enough time to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep easy. Because, she's up at 6:30.
Sure.
But I do not know that she's getting 8 hours of sleep.
You have no idea. And by the way, I'm just going to tell you right now, the answer is she's not. Like
you don't trust my daughter.
This is going to be. I just have teens, and I know
about my daughter. I want you to tell me more about my daughter.
Well, look, it's at least a 50-50 shot according to this study.
That's right.
Toss a coin, and she's probably And so I'm just telling you, I am mirroring my kids' experience and how much they are trying to. They are hoping. They are crossing their fingers. They wait for me to call. They wait for me to text them and go, "Bring your phone up." Because they're waiting. They know that if I maybe fall asleep, and it happens time to time, if I fall asleep or if my wife and I both fall asleep at the same time, but we both. On you. No, but I've done the thing in the middle of the night before where I've woken up and I like go to the bathroom and I come back and I see two phones on the thing. I march straight downstairs and I open that door and I do it quietly and I kind of do like a little thing. Like if I see I want to see if there's a glow. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I want to see if there's a glow in there. And if there's a glow in there, boom, I'm bursting through the door with no pants on and really scaring them. You know what I mean? It'd be like, you didn't want to see your dad in his pajamas, did you? Come on.
We got a couple of texts here. The JAMA stands for Journal of American Medicine. Journal American Medical Association.
You got it. Sounds like you still didn't get it all.
Well, that's what the text says.
All
so right. I already confessed I did not know what the acronym was. So I'm just telling you what this person said.
It's the, you know what it is? It's the Journal for the Perfect Parent Club. It's exactly what it is. Oh, I found this study. Oh, we
didn't play our perfect.
Oh,
Parent Club.
Ethan, you don't make your kids put their phone next to their bed.
I'm failing.
It will be a tough bell to unring.
Not for me.
No, I know you'll rip the Band-Aid off on that in that sense, but she'll also, the pushback is going to be what? I'll tell you what my kids are. You don't trust me, do you? Okay, there's that one, and then there's this one. I'm not a bad kid. That's another one. Because it's like the same reason I want my kids to come in, or I say, hey, you can't do that, or don't do this, and then they go, well, you think I'm out doing drugs and drinking? I'm like, no. And by the way, they're like, and I'm not out drinking or doing drugs. I know other kids do that. I go, oh, congratulations that the bar that you cleared was that you're not drinking and doing drugs while you're driving around. Good job. Yeah. Oh, look who's the best teenager we've ever met.
Yep.
Because you're not doing drugs and drinking. Oh,
then here, take your phone.
Have your phone.
No rules for you.
You can have your phone the rest of the night.
No rules for you.
My favorite was one time I also found out one time because my kids snuck out. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did the sneak out. And it was the weirdest thing. Our fire, the smoke alarm started to like short out.
Okay.
It was making like these weird. It wasn't just like the chirp with the battery. It was like full on beeping, and then they all talked to each other. It woke me and my wife and everybody else up. I go downstairs and I'm like, and I could tell it was coming from one of my kids' rooms. And I came in and he goes, "What is going on?" I go, "I don't know. I'm just gonna." I said, this happens sometimes. Like some water might get down in there, might short it out a little bit or whatever, because it's right above one of the bathrooms where my daughters just splash the heck out of everything.
Yeah,
it's happened before. And I was like, let me see. So I took it off and I plugged a new one in, and I put it back up there. I go, I think we should be good. And then I go to the middle room where my other son was. I go, oh, he's not in here. Oh. And then I'm like, where on earth is this guy? And he didn't take his phone with him either. It was up in our room. So
Because you can track his phone.
And there was like a prearranged meeting between teens, okay? A little group. And I saw
Was
it later.
a takeover?
It was
it
basically was because it was on his phone, and the name of the chat group was like 6 kids, and it was called Let's Sneak Out. Good job. You guys freaking did it. So
you had to do a lot
chat
of
thread,
detective work.
the chat thread is Let's Sneak Out. And then, my angel daughter, I didn't even have to go in her room to see if she was minding her P's and Q's. I'm like, I'll let that little angel sleep. But I did the thing, Ethan, that I wanted to do ever since being a parent.
Okay.
I was sat on the front porch.
Oh, and
I waited, and I did the wait. Yeah. And he pulls up, and he gets out, and then I'm like, you going somewhere? Like that whole thing. And so then he knows he's busted. And my favorite part is one of his friends stayed hidden in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And I open the car door, and I like reach in the back, and I'm like, because I was seeing
you grab him by the scruff.
No, I didn't know he was back there because he was covering himself up with a blanket because I thought he had. And I go, go home. What's your problem? Okay, bye. Anyway, the teenage thing,
What
man.
time did they come home?
It was like 1:30. Yeah.
So not crazy late.
And you know why? Because the people that were also part of the Let's Sneak Out chat group
heard from their
parents. Their parents kicked everybody. It was at their place, and their parents were like, "Get out of here, go home."
Oh, these are teen criminal masterminds. Is what these guys are. I think
I'm sorry to my son if he's getting the dirty laundry thrown out there to him, but you know what? You deserve
I love
all
it.
this. All of this is content. Everything you do in your life, by the way, kids, it's content.
It's content.
All right?
We're basically.
I'll use my discretion, but
we're basically creators.
Yeah.
Content creators.
I can put that together.
We're using our kids. It's just instead of Instagram, we have a 50,000 watt radio station.
No problem.
All right, we got news, traffic, and weather right now. We come back more on KSL Brightside.
Good afternoon. It's 2:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Jeff Kaplan. KSL's top local story this hour. It's shaping up to be a dangerous wildfire season. State fire leaders say this year could be one of the worst ever. KSL News Radio's Eric Cabrera has details on the state's new Wildfire Operations Center.
State leaders officially opened Utah's new Wildland Fire Operations Center in South Salt Lake today. And since we're entering summer unusually dry, they're already bringing in firefighting resources to hit fires aggressively before they grow out of control.
We brought in an additional helicopter. We've brought in additional resources just to help out because we know how dry it is. We're staffed up. We're ready to go.
State Fire Management Officer Brett Osler says most wildfires in Utah are still human-caused, and they're urging people to be extremely careful outdoors this summer. Eric Cabrera, KSL News Radio.
Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Former Cuban President Raul Castro is now facing U.S. murder charges. The Justice Department accuses him of involvement in the deaths of humanitarian workers 30 years ago. ABC's Karen Folders reports on what's coming next.
Does the U.S. really go into Cuba and do some operation like they did with Maduro, especially to capture a 94-year-old former leader? So that's part number one. And if we were to even stand trial, of course, there are questions over his health. Also, it could take years to get this before a jury, given that these incidents were 30 years ago.
The charges stem from a 1996 incident where planes carrying humanitarian aid were shot down and 4 people were killed. On Wall Street today, the Dow is back over 50,000 with a gain of 645 points. Coming up, it's going to rain, and then it gets better. Stay with us. KSL Weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:32.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
since 1947. Whipple Service Champions has been Utah's most trusted name for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. Got a high-priced repair bill from another company and you're just not sure about it? Call Whipple. Get a free, no-pressure estimate or bring us their quote for an honest second opinion. Totally free. Whipple Service Champions, Utah's first place for second opinions since 1947. Call 385-273-7167 for your free estimate today. 385-273-7167.
The energy, the roar. Moments you'll always remember. Next season, Jaren Jackson Jr. is hunting blocks. Laurie Markkinen is getting buckets. And Ace is just getting started. Don't just watch Jazz basketball. Experience every moment. 2026-27 season tickets are on sale now. Full and half-season packages available. Plus exclusive benefits like arena discounts and player events. Are you in? Join the climb today. UtahJazz.com or call 801-355-DUNK. This Friday from 10 to 1, the movie show comes to Sound Sleep. But first, take time to learn about a better night's rest. Sound Sleep delivers oral appliance therapy that treats sleep apnea without the use of CPAP machines. They're professionally fit, warranted, and covered by most major medical insurance. End the days of a poor night's sleep. With offices from Clearfield to St. George, Sound Sleep will help. Call Sound Sleep at 801-716-8672 today.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Are you okay?
Okay. Gas is up. Groceries are up. Everything up, up, up.
Not at Strong Volkswagen.
Strong Volkswagen.
Yeah, purchase any vehicle with a dime. One dime down.
What is the deal with dimes?
One dime down. Plus, oil changes at just $59.95 at Strong Volkswagen.
Just $59.95?
Or lease a new 2026 Jetta S. Just $235 a month. $235.
Fun fact, new Jetta get up to 42 mpg.
Even new all-wheel drive Atlas. Just $432 a month. $432.
And you get a lifetime warranty. Lifetime. But my own mother won't loan me money.
You're not getting the money! It's okay. If you got a job and a dime, you ride, mister.
This is great. I'm back, baby, during Volkswagen Driver Days.
At Strong Volkswagen. For over 70 years, Strong Volkswagen.
Located downtown.
StrongVW.com.
StrongVW.com. For details, call 801-596-2200.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Ricky Meese.
Some very good news for those who have been patiently waiting to get moving again on Highway 189 by Deer Creek Reservoir. The road is open. Traffic is starting to get through. A little bit of delay remains in the area. In Salt Lake County, traffic heavy and slow already. Southbound I-15 from 45th South Murray through Midvale and up to the north in Box Elder County. We do have a crash. It's been blocking a left lane of traffic at the SR 240 junction 6900 north in Honeyville. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
KSL weather 71 for this afternoon. Overnight we head down to 42 degrees, and then tomorrow a threat of showers and storms with a high of only 67. Then it heats up to the 80s for the holiday weekend. Right now 66 degrees. I'm Jeff Kaplan from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. This is Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Do they not have enough of us recorded already? They could just do this in AI.
And Alex Curie.
We're not even real. This entire show is just a hologram.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. We got a text here. Alex, you said your son had a backup phone, one of your old phones, old discarded phones. He had his backup for when you confiscated his. We got a text from someone that said, my daughter was given an old phone from her friend. I had no idea.
Yeah, the teen burner phone thing was real. Like, we found out, like, and then our son told us, like, everybody does this, Dad. And I was like, what? And it's just like, because you have parents upgrade a phone. I mean, that's frankly where our kids' phones come from.
Yeah.
Is they'll use our model from 2 times ago or whatever,
and then complain about it.
Right. You only have that's only an iPhone 15, Dad.
No, I love it. It's my favorite thing is to hear about how their iPhone is not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is funny is that
Amazing.
the older iPhones, they are so old that they don't do the updates anymore. Like they really can't. So I'm always like, oh yeah, have fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh sure, yeah, try to get on there. Well, number one, they don't know the password to get onto it because it usually was, it was my phone. I can't even remember the password at this point.
Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't the facial recognition ones. It was like the old school ones. But for sure, I was told at one point by my kids, they're like, oh yeah, all the friends have like an old burner phone that were in like the parents' drawer, and they've started to just use that as their old way. So parents, I'm not saying lose trust in your kids, but look under their mattresses when they're not at home tonight, and then you should be fine. You should find those extra phones, those extra burner phones.
All right. Next up on KSL Brightside, I've got some medical news.
Oh,
listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists from the University of Aberdeen in Scotland have announced the beginning of a 7-year study, which will basically track 1,000 patients. This is the first clinical trial in the world for Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, which is also more commonly known as broken heart syndrome, which is actually a real thing I'm coming to learn.
So it's not just something out of Shakespeare or, the old wives' tale of a broken heart, they died of a broken heart. This is a real thing.
It is the weakening of the heart muscle triggered by intense emotional or physical stress. Now, it mimics a heart attack. So you have chest pain, shortness of breath, but it's not actually a heart attack in the sense that there's no blocked arteries or anything like that.
It's kind of a heart muscle strain.
But it does real damage to your heart. And so what researchers are looking at is they're looking at a new class of medications called renin-angiotensin inhibitors.
Mm-hmm.
Renin-angiotensin system inhibitors, RAS inhibitors.
Yeah, okay.
That could be effective long-term course of treatment for broken heart syndrome. So right now they have a variety of medications that they can use. Basically, you're helping the heart to heal. But this really can vary kind of person to person. But it does affect, and I thought this was interesting, it's more likely to affect women. It's more likely to affect postmenopausal women, but really it can happen literally to anybody.
I'm trying to think if my wife would be affected by this after my passing.
After your passing, do you want her to? Do you kind of wish she'd?
No. I don't wish any harm on anybody. However, I will say
you want her to be real sad.
It's not really her personality. Like,
yeah, on my end either.
She's already kind of like I'm the emotional one of the relationship. So she's got the low pulse.
Yeah,
something tells me that it's not going to be it's not going to be the hurt heart situation. She's going to be more looking at it like, she'll miss me, I guess.
Yeah, I think Emily.
I don't think enough to. I don't think enough to cause physical strain or pain. Now, me on the other hand, I'm having pains just thinking about it.
Just thinking about it, you're feeling it. You're feeling a little soreness.
Verklempt, or whatever it was at the. It's my 4th heart attack this week, there, Bob.
Well, the condition is usually reversible. Most patients recover fully within days or week, but it is a thing that can damage your heart, and it can be serious.
I like it.
So
I love that there is this idea of, I mean, look, we've seen the movies before, and they're like, and it said that he died of a broken heart, and you're like, okay, it's a real thing. You can really get sick from it.
You can really get sick. So this is actually what happens in your body when this happens. All right, it is your body experiences a massive release of stress hormones like adrenaline, and that basically stuns the heart.
Okay.
So the most common triggers are the death of a loved one, a sudden financial crisis.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Domestic abuse or severe arguments, or acute medical issues. Those are the most common.
Yeah, just high
triggers.
Stress. High stress.
So your body delivers a massive release of stress hormones that stun the heart, and that damages.
So, but you said that it's not a heart attack per se.
It's not a heart attack, but it mimics a heart attack. It feels like a heart attack, and the symptoms can be very, very similar. Severe sudden chest pain, shortness of breath, fainting or lightheadedness, heart palpitations. This is what it feels like. So a lot of times people go into the hospital saying, "Oh, I'm having a heart attack." They're not actually having a heart attack. It's Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
Okay.
Which is broken heart syndrome.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's I think it's a real thing. I mean, obviously, the human body is phenomenal, right? You've
Massively
seen
complex.
But animals are the same way. You've seen animals too who react in a way like when they're.
You mean like the fainting goats?
That's a little different. Massive stress hormones released when they hear that loud noise. Yeah, no, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more than that. Hey,
I'm going to find out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
What causes fainting goats?
No, that has not. No, don't. We don't need to look. We don't need to look that up.
Oh no! See, this is skeletal muscles instantly freeze and stiffen. It's completely
different. Yeah, it's very different. They're not saddened by the loss of a loved one.
Well, but it's not just that. It's like anything that might cause a dump of adrenaline or other stress.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I think it's probably along those same lines. But I do think that the other thing that happens is most people, it's just a situation. Like I remember, when my dad passed away, that was like the first person in my life that was like a real. I'm not saying it the right way. It was the closest person that I've ever had, pass away.
Yeah.
Because even when my grandparents passed away, these are people that I loved. But in a lot of cases, like I didn't live near them for very long, or I didn't live in close proximity to either sets of grandparents really at all growing up. Jeez. And so you'd see them every so often.
Right.
And so when someone passed away, an aunt, an uncle, or a grandparent that you didn't see, more than twice a year, then it was different. So when my dad passed away, it was the first experience I'd ever had with that. And I was, over 40 years old. And I remember thinking to myself, this is unsurvivable, like the feelings, right? Because you're like, I have never felt this way before. And so that is a real thing. The reaction in that fashion is actually quite a real deal. All right. Millard, we got to take a break here, though.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think this topic has run its course.
It's a great point. Hey, guess what we have when we come back, though? We do have a couple of things to jump into here.
It's our last segment.
It's the last segment of the day. We've got some fun things to kind of throw out there and to throw in there, and you can, of course, weigh in as you wish via text 57500. We'll take those texts, and we love hearing your input on all of the subjects that we cover right here on KSL Brightside. We'll be right back.
Did you get hit with a huge tax penalty this year because of your health insurance last year? Have you spoken with your accountant to find out what your monthly premium really cost you after the government took back that subsidy? I'm Mike at My Policy Quote, and I help families so they don't need to find out the hard way if your income changed. You picked up extra work, sold property, or just had a good year? That tax credit could have cost you thousands. My name's Mike, and at My Policy Quote, my freedom of choice plan saves clients 30 to 60%. Keep your doctors, lower your out-of-pockets, and use a national PPO network. If you pay your own health insurance on COBRA, uninsured, or employer plan is just too much, even self-employed or small businesses, call me, Mike, today. 385-367-6779. Again, that's 385-367-6779. Or visit mypolicyquote.com. That's mypolicyquote.com. All my clients tell me they wish they switched sooner and they could have saved all those thousands of dollars over the years. Don't delay. Call today.
There's no doubt about it. This is the time of year when we all start focusing on that perfectly grilled steak. Now, some of us are pretty good. Some of us are just okay at doing that ourselves in the backyard. If you're really looking for that perfection in steaks, it's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. And now with Memorial Day just around the corner, a lot of graduation parties are going on, special events, birthdays, you name it. It's time for you to make that reservation at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Now, obviously, we talk about steaks and how wonderful they are there, but they have so much more. The seafood, the poultry dishes, the side dishes, the desserts, and it's served to perfection. We have two locations. There's Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Hotel Park City, and also Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in the heart of downtown Salt Lake City at 275 Southwest Temple. It's the perfect steak, and it's waiting for you now at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Head to KSL.com/win and enter this week's KSL News Radio contest. This week, you could win tickets to see Real Salt Lake or the Utah Royals, a Yellowstone getaway at Three Bears Lodge, sponsored by America First Credit Union, or tickets to see Disney's Frozen at Sarah Shell. Don't miss your chance to win big all summer long. It's quick, it's easy, and you could be our next big winner. Don't wait. Visit KSL.com/win and enter today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on brakes?
We mark Duralast brake pads down to free.
Free Duralast brake pads?
When you buy 2 rotors.
Can I get Duralast Gold pads for free?
With 2 Duralast Gold rotors, and there's a lifetime warranty on brake pads.
That's a huge markdown for so many miles.
Save on brakes and more during Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
If you've got a honey-do list with electrical, plumbing, heating, or air conditioning projects on it, Any Hour Services can help. Call Any Hour Services, electrical, plumbing, heating, and air. anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. The news just keeps getting weirder on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millett here with Alex Curie. And Alex, I learned something today that I did not know, and maybe a lot of people do know this. And maybe what I'm about to say, people are going to roll their eyes and say, come on, Ethan, will you please just get with it?
That you can actually suffer from a broken heart.
But when you hear the voice of Woody from Toy Story, you may or may not actually be hearing the voice of Tom Hanks. Because apparently while Tom Hanks... While Tom Hanks is the voice on the movies,
sure,
Woody in other uses, for example, toys, video games, and at Disneyland, is probably the voice of his younger brother Jim Hanks. Are you aware of this?
Who sounds just like
who looks a lot like him and apparently sounds exactly like him.
His son Colin Hanks looks like him, but I don't think they particularly sound very close to one another.
They do not, no.
So is his brother doing an impersonation of his brother who does Woody's voice? Yes. Or are their voices that close?
Their voices are very close. Yeah.
You said that he's on some Disneyland rides? Is that what you said?
So his first project was when they came out with that first Woody doll where you pull the cord and it goes, there's a snake in my boots. You buy that.
Yeah.
That was Jim Hanks's voice because they tried to pull the clip from the film.
Yeah.
But it was over-processed. They couldn't use it, so they needed a replacement. So he stepped in for his brother, recorded that one line, and that started him on this journey.
The other thing that happens is, this is just me thinking from the audio production side of it, because we think that way sometimes. It's kind of a telephone voice that comes out of the doll. And so you have a little bit more leeway. You don't have to be right on. You can be pretty close, but because they pull the cord and it goes, there's a snake in my boot. It's a little bit like like I said, it has a little bit of like a phone quality to it.
Yeah.
Which means you don't have to be totally on. I will say one of my biggest pet peeves is watching sequels to movies and the original voices they don't get, and you get this Western Family brand voiceover, and I can't stand it. The rip-off version of the real voices that were there, and I get it. They usually couldn't work out the price and all that stuff.
Jim Hanks, those top shelf.
It sounds just like I would have never known.
So the next time
this is the Hanks' family version, by the way, of borrowing money from your parents for a house.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's just him going, hey man, I'm Tom Hanks. Give my brother some work.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how they came to this arrangement, but I'll tell you how I know what a good job Jim Hanks does as Woody. It's because I have been to Midway Mania at Disney's California Adventure.
Here comes Ethan's adult Disney experiences. Tell me more.
It's a great ride. If you've never been on it, it's really super fun. And that's Jim Hanks voicing Woody in that whole ride.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's prominently featured. It's not a grainy, there's a snake in my boots. It is
full
Woody.
on. Yeah,
it's full on. And
what does he say? And if you're pregnant, don't get on the ride. Like, I don't know. Is that what he does? Is it the warning?
You got to write. You got to write it. You've never been on that ride. I'm so surprised.
I'm not, because we went through a moment where our first kids did the whole Disney thing. We got sick of it after a minute.
Yeah.
And then my wife reminded us the younger kids have never been, and we've neglected them. Oh, boo-hoo. They've gone to Florida without going to Disney. Boo-hoo. You know what I mean? I haven't been to Disney for a minute, so I'm excited to go back again because we got to go. The the younger kids. This is the one thing the older kids are holding over them because the older kids do the whole, oh, look at that. You guys never let us do that when we were younger.
Yeah.
You know, the old clarion call of the older child.
But you need something like that. You need
But
something
the
like
older
that
child
to enforce
Yes.
discipline.
The older children now are doing the whole, oh, sorry, I'm explaining it, but you've never been to Disneyland. Huh.
Well, let me tell you.
Well, we went multiple times before you were born. Yeah, right. And
Back
Mom
when
and
our
Dad
family was fun.
Right.
You don't remember that part, but we had a great time.
Mom and
before
Dad
you were
got
born.
sick of it. We got sick of the paying for it and all that, and we were just like, you know what? Let's take a Disney break. And then suddenly we, smash cut to now when we are well removed from the last time we went to Disneyland.
Well, if you ever go to Disneyland again, and I hope you do because it's a great place.
Yeah, Jim Hanks.
Go ride Midway Mania, and then you'll hear Jim Hanks as Woody. He does a really awesome job.
He sounds just like his brother, and his brother's just getting him some free work. That's nepotism right there, man. Come on.
Well,
I'm not condoning any of this. Isn't it against the law? Wait, is it against the law?
Nepotism?
Yeah, isn't it?
In some cases, yeah. Not in all cases, though.
Okay.
And certainly apparently not in the case of Toy Story.
Miller,
that's not against the law.
We were talking a little bit about this during the stream. If you missed any of the stream, some of the things that we kind of dove into. I know that we talked about the Glendale Community College AI situation.
Oh, that fiasco.
So I wanted to bring up because somebody actually listened to it and then they texted me about it and they were like, "Yeah, it went off. It worked out fine because the Davis High School." So Davis School District. Well, you roll out the story for me.
Okay,
real quick,
all right.
because
So
I wanted to
can,
recap here.
I can remember it. So there were 3 schools in Davis County.
Yeah.
3 high schools that wanted to use an AI voice.
Northridge High School, Davis High School, and
Layton High School.
Yeah.
They wanted to use this AI system to read the names of graduates as they went across the stage at the graduation. Now, all 3 high schools faced petitions from students saying you cannot use AI here. This is disrespectful. This is crazy. Not only is AI going to take our jobs just as we become 18, but you're also going to have them read our names.
Okay, it's not disrespectful. It's not disrespectful, but what it is
That's what
it
they
causes
felt like.
potential to screw up, which is what happened at Glendale Community College when they had to go back and go, I know that we didn't read off a few hundred of your names because AI screwed up, so sorry about that, but congrats on graduation.
So one of these petitions
Northridge
was successful.
Yeah,
Northridge.
they got a human
They
to read it.
changed course.
And this is what I'm saying. Why would it be so hard to have humans read a couple hundred of hundred graduates?
I know why. They're afraid of mispronouncing names.
But you can figure that out.
I think that is the whole thing.
AI mispronounces my wife's name on my phone or like Siri does. They never figure it out. My wife's name's Colin. Colin. And I'm like, will you figure it out? And she never corrects it. Here's the thing. You can have humans do this. And I think that's why we should have Jeff Kaplan read off Davis High School's graduates next year.
Hang on a second. Did you know that last night in our industry, radio, where we work, last night they announced a new company that will do AI radio local news.
Oh, goodness.
Yikes.
No humans involved.
Yikes.
Well, geez, we started this just in time.
Like I said, Jeff Kaplan might be available to do the Davis High School graduation.
The worst
We're
part
all
is,
going to be.
Wait, the worst part is the pricing. $198 a month plus a $99 starter fee.
Wow. I will say, we play a lot of baseball in my family. My kids, do the and you know what they do? They have the AI produced voice. Now up to bat, number 7. And I'm like, you guys, you can have a real human do this. You don't need to have AI fake your 7-year-old's walk-up announcement to playing shortstop for the Diamondbacks.
And they're not saving money by skipping the human.
No,
because the guy wouldn't be getting paid anyway.
I know. So that's
that's right. They would be volunteers, and this is where I come back around. I understand the administration's concern over mispronouncing people's names at graduation.
What are they going to get sued? They will not. Come on.
But I understand though that's awkward, and it is awkward, and you don't want to do it. You want to make sure you get that right. But here's the thing.
I've been Alex Kirby or Alex Curry my entire life, according to everything that's ever been read, and I haven't cared.
Here's what we're expected to believe: that these staff and administrators of all of these students. Okay, can you get these students educated for college? Yep, done. Can you get them ready to go out into the workforce at age 18 and be productive? Yep. Are they ready to get out, have families, and enjoy life? Yep. Can you pronounce their name? Absolutely not. This is too much for me. I'm going to get an AI service to do it because I can't be expected to pronounce their name correctly at graduation.
Well, my favorite part about this whole thing was when the lady had to get up and go, "So here's what happened," and then she goes, and she was like spinning wheels, and then she goes, "So
this is at Glendale Community College.
Some of you who are standing still," and she knew she had to use the letters AI. "So we've been using AI to create some of the and everyone just starts going
rain of boos.
I can't believe it. What did you say?" And she knew she had to, and she goes, "But on a good note, you still got your picture with the dean who you've never met before. Like, come on, no one cares." And here's the thing too. The graduation stuff is just, I don't know. I know you worked hard to get to graduate, but the graduation day itself, I barely remember it. It was not that. It was fun for my parents to come and take pictures with us, I guess. But them with pictures next to, outside of the Marriott Center at BYU and us giving thumbs up and me holding a dark blue diploma. Here's the thing. Your diploma's never been in that folding thing. Are you ripped off?
Yeah.
It's never been in there. You didn't get it till months later after I paid my parking tickets.
Yeah.
So that's... There's no, you shouldn't be offended by everything that happens at graduation.
You know what,
Stop
though,
it.
Alex? You're lucky that you got to go to your high school graduation.
This freaking guy.
Because I didn't go.
This guy.
Hey, and you know what? Let me say this. So if you've got kids that are in school, they're finishing up their school year, and they're getting terrible grades, go easy on them. It's not the end of their life. They're just starting.
Did you walk at all?
No.
I think we should call West High School and arrange it for next year.
To walk across with the class of 2027?
You never got to do it in high school? I think we should arrange a nice... Ethan to be able to walk across the stage for West High School's graduation.
I want the governor there.
I think you have no idea. I'm going to push this like freaking crazy.
You can't.
I am going to call up.
You cannot.
Once a Panther, always a Panther. I'm freaking doing it. It's right across the street. We do our whole show from there. Are you kidding me? I can't wait. All right, speaking of can't wait, Jeff Kaplan's Afternoon News coming up right now. Stay right here on KSL News Radio.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.